She has broken barriers in sports, blazed trails in broadcasting, and now she's using her platform to make a difference for veterans and rescue animals. Bonnie-Jill Laflin is the first and only female NBA scout, TV host, author, and philanthropist, and she joins me to share so much more about her nonprofit, Hounds, Heroes, and Horses. Good morning.
Thanks, Erin, for having us.
So glad to have you here. So first, you have to tell us about your friend that you brought with you.
Yes.
This is Willie.
This is Willie Nelson, his full name. He's one of our service dogs in training, and we rescued him from one of the shelters here in DFW. And yeah, so that's what we do, is we rescue dogs and rescue horses, and then we pair disabled veterans with service dogs and also do equine therapy as well for our disabled veterans.
Wow,
yeah.
Wow. Where did you come up with this idea? Where did it stem from? Were you connected in any way?
Yes, I have a long, lasting military family, obviously, that I grew up in. And then we, started to think about how I can do something to impact animals and help our veterans. And I did 20 USO tours overseas, downrange, and I wanted to be able to give back to our veterans once they came back from their deployments. So that's how I came up with it. And I kind of essentially say, Erin, you're saving 2 lives, saving a dog that otherwise we euthanize, and helping a veteran with our suicide rate so high for our veterans.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. You've broken multiple barriers. I want to get to you for a second, because becoming the first and only female NBA scout to perform professionally across both the NBA and the NFL is very much unheard of. And so what mindset or defining moment put you in the space where you're like, okay, I'm going to take this on, I'm going to take these industries on, and I don't care what anybody has to say?
Yeah, it was, it was tough being the first female scout in the NBA, so there was no one else to look up to.
Yeah.
And so I had to kind of figure it out on my own. I just remember the one moment where I was crying because it was so tough, and Kobe Bryant, the late Kobe Bryant, who was a good friend of mine, said, you know what, this should be on your chip on your shoulder moment. There should be the time where you say, you know what, you're going to prove me wrong. Well, watch me. I'm going to do it.
Yes, I like that. Watch me. I'm going to do it indeed. You were just touching on the suicide rates when it comes to military, and you actually have a background with several family members actually in the military, myself as well. So can you talk about how Hounds, Heroes, and Horses works and how you guys continue to have success stories?
Yeah, so both my grandfathers served in World War II. One was a Silver Star recipient and Purple Heart, and then my uncle was a career Marine serving in Vietnam, and then my father, law enforcement. So all of that kind of, was something instilled in me that I wanted to be able to give back to our veterans. And there's so many difficulties that they, come through when they get back, from PTSD to TBI, amputees, and so forth. And so I wanted to be able to give back to our men and women in uniform, our heroes that do everything for us, and be able to pair them up with these service dogs and these dogs that are getting a second chance at life.
Yes, but you know what? You're right in the fact that it's a lifelong relationship between man and dog, right? And so you're right in the fact that you're saving 2 lives, and that someone can show up and say, listen, this is what I'm needing, and we have a pup that can maybe fulfill those needs. And so it's exciting to see that come to life in our own community. And so you also have a lot of other projects going on, though, my girl. You heard me list her resume at the beginning, but a new podcast, actually, Beauty and the Beast, upcoming shows, Lady Legends of Country Music, and then the Smoke Show as well. First and foremost, how do you have time for all of these things?
I don't really sleep, Erin, but that's the key.
Simple answer.
I'll sleep when I'm dead. But I think what it is for me, I always like to do projects that are impactful, that are doing something to make a difference, like you do here every morning. So for me, it's like the Lady Legends of Country Music. It's the women in country music who have blazed the trails, and my other show, Beyond the Game, showing athletes off the field and what they do to give back. So for me, it's something I always like to do, things that pay it forward, that make a difference, because we can use our platform for good, and that's what I like to do.
Exactly. And I was just about to say, it sounds like you're working through other people, but you get to get your mission out there too as well, which is incredible. So how can we get involved? How can we help out when it comes to Hounds, Heroes, and Horses?
Yes, you can go to houndsandheroes.com and our social media as well. And I want to mention, we've just pulled 43 dogs in 2 months that we've saved.
Wow.
43 dogs in 2 months. So we're always looking for help, donations, fosters, all of that. Amazon, items for our animals, so anything to help us.
Yes, indeed. Okay, tell me, is there a website? Can we donate online?
Yes, you can donate. Go to our socials, and that's Hounds and Heroes. It's EROES, because some people get it confused with heroes. And then obviously houndsandheroes.com.
Very good. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Erin, for having me and Willie
this morning. And Willie, oh my goodness, you guys, the cutest guest we've had.